Hey guys, Baz86 here doing another stream on recapping on the year 2021 in relation to the games that I've done, the tech that I've bought, and the plans that I plan to do in 2022. So let's just, before I go and do what I normally do on these recaps, when I go through the games list, I will just go through how I feel 2021 has gone. I feel, on a gaming side of things, let's just keep it gaming related, it's been okay. There's not been any amazing games out this year, not that I can think of. I feel a lot of people have been disappointed with their games that they've had. Some big names, when it comes to games, have let us down. So I'm just going to go to my games list, and this is kind of an update from what I used to do. So what I used to do is I used to have a book, and the book I would read off it. But now today, or this time, I decided to just put a list. Now it may or may not come through, but we'll see. I can't believe we're at this point, but I do know there's nothing I really want to stream for this December. So I thought I might as well do this now. So hey everybody, hello. So we started the year off, 2021. We started the year off in a retro game that was FIFA 2003. That's a PS2 game, and we did that with a tournament mode and played as, I think it was Old Chelsea we played, I think. Old Chelsea or Old Man U, one of the two. I can't remember. It was at the beginning of the year. But yeah, started off with that. Enjoyed it. Now, the games list is to the left. I could only get it in that format. I couldn't get it into another format, but that is the way I was able to do it. Then I think I definitely started the year off with retro games. So the next one in my list was GTA Liberty City. Now, I messed about on GTA Liberty City in 2021. I was just seeing how it would come across on the PS2, how it would play, that sort of stuff. It was a decent game to recap or come back to. It's been a while since I played GTA Liberty City. Same with FIFA 2003. Long time since I played that game. Came back to it, did a tournament mode. FIFA 2004, same again, did a tournament mode, and I think we were Chelsea once again. And it seemed to, I remember the series didn't take very long to do, which was kind of strange. Before I knew it, we were in the finals, and that was FIFA 2004, done and dusted. 2005, FIFA 2005, good game, nice to come back to it once again, but only thing I didn't realise when I did start this game up on the PlayStation 2 was that it didn't have tournament mode. I couldn't save what I was playing because I believe my memory card was, my memory card was too full, and I wasn't in the position to get rid of what I'd put on my PS2's memory card, so I couldn't do that. Next one, we move on to PC streaming, and we were doing 2 Point Hospital. Got this game through Steam. Hello, Christina. Good morning. Welcome, or good evening from me. Good morning to you. Just recapping on the games we did for 2021. So yeah, PC streams, or PC game we did on Steam and that was 2 Point Hospital. It had the same kind of features as Theme Hospital, just a little bit more updated and a little bit more fun related to it, I think. Not as it was never really serious, was the hospital simulation games, but this one had the same kind of theme. So yeah, basically customize a hospital, create a hospital, run a hospital, and see if you could achieve the tasks and goals that was in the game. And if you did that, you moved on, as in you moved to the next level. There's always different levels you could do in hospital simulation games. Moving on to WWE Smackdown, Here Comes the Pain. One in a lot. I somehow went through a wrestling phase. I decided to just go nuts with wrestling for a bit. So I had WWE Smackdown, Here Comes the Pain, did a series on that, decided to do season mode on, because that's when on the PS2 you were able to do season mode on the old WWE games, who was branded by THQ. So did a season mode with RVD on Here Comes the Pain. Then we move on to Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, the new installment in the Crash Bandicoot franchise. And again, really good game, brought in a lot of platformers. Didn't end up completing it, because as of course with every game, as you get more and more confident in the game and it thinks that you're more confident, it chucks more and more difficult stuff at you, which is what Crash Bandicoot did. Just quickly before I go through the rest of the list, which I will do, I'm just going through my 2021 experience as I do each year, Christina. I go through each year's recap of just what my channel has brought this year and what games I've been able to do and that sort of stuff. What's up with you? So if you want my ratings for each game, FIFA 2003, I give it a 6. GTA Liberty City, give it a 8. Good, not a bad game. 2004, I'm going to give all football games a 6. It's what they have. I think a 6 is a reasonable score for a football game. 2 Point Hospital, 5. Hospital simulation games are what they are. WWE Smackdown, Here Comes the Pain, 7. I'll probably give all wrestling games a 7 out of 10. Crash Bandicoot 4, 6. I think it's 6 as an average. Could have been better. Smackdown vs Raw, did a season mode on Smackdown vs Raw with RVD once again. Put it on my stream, put it on my channel, sorry. Did a series of that again in season mode. Enjoyed it. All the info and video is there if anyone wants to check it. What we got next? Microsoft Flight Simulator. This year I bought I had a joystick this time with Microsoft Flight Simulator. All issues I had though was lag. I had lag, and I think it was because a lot of things were going on, a lot of devices were being used, and lag became an issue. But we got through it, I think, and it was fine. But as always, you should know me, or you should know me, that I enjoy the flying experience of things. I think I get that from my dad. You know, having a flight knowledge in me. So never going to take it to real life, but always stick with it on simulators. What's next? Smackdown vs Raw. Oh, Microsoft Flight Simulator rating, I'd give it an 8 or a 9 even. I'd give it a 9. definitely give that game a 9. The views is fantastic. The gameplay is great. It's just when you have lag, that's a little bit of an issue. Smackdown versus Raw 2008. Another decent game, another season mode we did. Takes a little bit longer to get through it, but once you do, it's a pretty good experience. Again, wrestling is what wrestling is. Not for everybody, but for most people, it's a good game. Give it another 6. Definitely give it another 6. What we got next? Oh, hang on, my bad. Oops. Wow. That's 2006 I'm talking about, not 2008. 2006. Smackdown vs. Raw 2006. PlayStation 2 game. Same again. Season mode. And it's all on the channel. Control. Control was about a game where you were put into a building, I think, or some sort of fantasy sort of world, and you would control items with your mind, so you were able to pick items up, chuck them, and then use your guns against an evil. Never completed it. It's a bit samey after a while, but not bad. I'd give that probably a 5, 4 or 5. I only say that because after the first level, maybe really down. There's no real dramatic scenes or anything like that. Moving on, we are on another Smackdown game. As I said, but when I started this Smackdown series or wrestling series, I was in a phase at the time, so I just went through all my wrestling games that I had, and Smackdown versus Raw 2007 was another one that I did a season mode on, blitzed through it and did 2 season modes, RVD and John Cena. But yeah, another 6 for that. Then we move on to GTA 5 Online. I did some stuff on my own with GTA, did some heists. I don't think I did it all on my own. I got some people in it to do it. So yeah, enjoyed GTA as always. Still goes strong today. It's about a 7 or an 8 out of 10 for me. Tom Clancy's Division 2. Always found this game doing it by myself. I hope you guys can see that list. I know it's a little bit small, but that's really all I could do. It's a long list, so I had to. It's better than checking my book. I had a book last time, as the video shows. I was just looking at my book all the time, but this time I've got a list. So Tom Clancy's Division 2, found it, same old, same old. I see these Tom Clancy's games as you shoot people for ages, have different enemies come at you, and then you have rubbish reward for it. So you do all the good stuff, get all the teamwork, 4 of you together, go and take out a control point, or go and do a mission, and then get some pants or get a hat. It's just I just couldn't get into it for long periods of time. Maybe if I had, I don't know, maybe it was better loot, maybe it was better rewards for what you did, then maybe I would have got into it more. But it was what it was. I hope you guys can hear me all right. By the way, just let me know if you can in the chat. Would be great. Moving on. What are we up to? Red Dead Online. Always good with Red Dead Redemption. Or the old cowboy sort of stuff, going around on your horse, doing all that sort of stuff. Did a little bit of gameplay with it on Red Dead Online, so yeah, enjoyed that. FIFA 20, another FIFA game, another football game. I did some tournaments on that. Did some gameplay on that. Another 6. What did I say for FIFA? 6. Yeah, 6 out of 10 for FIFA. What we on next? WWE Smackdown vs Raw 2008 did a long series of this, but because season mode was no longer called season mode in 2008. This was again on the PS2, and season mode turned into 24/7 mode. So you would go through a whole year, I think, and you could continue it going, but you would continue getting the same storylines each time, which they should have just stuck it and kept it as season mode. It probably would have worked out better than 24/7 mode. Well, another 6. Then we move on to, so at the moment we've covered a little bit of PS4, a little bit of PC, and a little bit of PS2. Remember, I haven't been able to do any PS3 streaming because I haven't got the right wires or equipment to do a PS3. But that could come my way maybe next year. I don't know. I know what I need to get, I just don't know where to find it. Moving on to The Sims 3, back to a PC game. Long time fan of The Sims, always has been, always will be, and The Sims 3 was my favourite one out of all of them. I didn't like The Sims 2. So yeah, I started on The Sims 1, but Sims 3 was, for me, was where it was at. I didn't like Sims 4 too much. But yeah, did a whole series of the Barrett family on The Sims 3. Really enjoyed it, but unfortunately I had to bring it to an end because I lost, or the CD drive that I had for my gaming PC broke. It broke inside because it dropped, I think, and because it dropped, I could no longer use it. Luckily I was able to get the CD out of it. I was scared that I'd lost my Sims CD in it, and luckily I was able to get it out thanks to YouTube, or thanks to Google, and was able to retrieve that CD inside. So yeah, Sims 3 for me, 9 out of 10, especially that one. It kind of went downhill the later or earlier games, but great simulation, it was The Sims. Moving on to another PC game, Theme Hospital. Theme Hospital was back in 2000s, 2001s. Theme Hospital showed up on the PC. Another hospital simulation game, and a great one at that. Made you really consider the fun side of the hospital, but then obviously the serious side of it too. Again, completing achievements and goals in the game allowed you to one, get more equipment for your hospitals, as well as what is it? More difficult accomplishments or achievements as you leveled up in the game. So yeah, Theme Hospital 7 out of 10, 7 or 8 out of 10. Moving on to Devil May Cry Collection series. So this was the HD collection that was given to us around the summertime, maybe fall time of this year, and it had Devil May Cry 1, Devil May Cry 2, Devil May Cry 3, GTSY. How is Baz doing? GTSY. You're going to need to tell me what that abbreviation means, Christina. Don't know what GTSY. Get on with it. GTSY. How is Baz doing? I'm okay, Christina. I'm alright. I'm alright. I know I feel as though I'm in a echoey type of room, but yeah. This is, I've got a nice setup here. Yeah, everything is fine, Christina. How are you doing? I hope you are okay. Where was I in my game list? I was on Devil May Cry. So we played Devil May Cry 1 and completed Devil May Cry 1. We did Devil May Cry 2 and completed Devil May Cry 2. And then had issues with Devil May Cry 3 and stopped because I find in games when I get to a point that I can't continue, I stop it there and just go, nope, can't play this no more. So that's what I did. So Devil May Cry, great to come back to those games. Thanks to the developers who brought us that HD collection, and I give it an 8. An 8 for retro. An 8 for retro. I would definitely say that. Moving on to Abzu. Abzu was a game that showed off its graphics as well as its exploration. It didn't have a story to it, or not really, but it was more about exploring wildlife. You could be a scuba diver, made up scuba diver, go into a random, no place on the earth, just a random place that was made up, and you could you could scuba dive underwater while looking at animals and finding mini treasures and that sort of stuff. So it was a quick game. It probably lasted 5 hours, maybe 6, if you really gave it a good old. But you could finish it in a day. Let's put it that way. You can finish it in a day. Moving on to fighting games, we have 3 of them. We have Tekken 7. As you guys know, I've done Tekken 7 on my channel before, so I just did a random Tekken 7 stream, and or some Tekken 7 streams, and showed them off. Same with Street Fighter 5. Tekken 7's always been up there for me, by the way, on rating. We're moving on to PS4 games, and Tekken 7 is 10, probably 9. I feel like I'm being a bit biased if I say 10, because I've been a Tekken fan through and through, so yeah, always a fan of Tekken. Street Fighter 5, again, great fighting game, put it up. Didn't really do a series on it, but put it up, did a little bit of gameplay of it, and showed it off. But showed off the game, I mean. It was around about 7 or a 6. Street Fighter, it's not as good as Tekken. Not as good as Tekken. And then Mortal Kombat 11, again, showed off a bit of gameplay of that, put it up on my channel. And yeah, still, in order of fighting games, it'd be Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. For me, Tekken 7, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. Oh, Tekken 9, Street Fighter 6, Mortal Kombat 7, somewhere around there. Moving on to watching other people live streams. So this year I decided to watch other people doing live streams. I thought I'd support the people out there, the smaller YouTubers or well-known YouTubers that go out there and put their streams up. I saw just putting some out there, probably put 3 out there that I put up. Katajin 619, he was doing some streams that I watched. PH Vids was doing some streams that I was watching, and who else? Major Ugly was doing some streams as well. Those are the names of the guys that I had